Good morning. Happy Tuesday, April 9th. And how y'all doing today? How was your eclipse? Did you enjoy your eclipse? Did you go outside and stand out there and stare at the sun? Are your eyes hurting today? I think I saw a search somewhere and it was like, what to do if your eyes are hurting. And I'm thinking this is going to be a viral search trend. This is going to see some increased Google trend search traffic volume today, or if not, having already received it yesterday. I saw some folks yesterday staring up at the clouds, looking up the sun with some questionable eyewear. And they may be regretting these choices and decisions today, but hey, you know, YOLO. Good morning, folks. Good morning. I'm going with orange juice today, OJ, Orenthal James, and instead of coffee. And that might be the very best glass of orange juice I've ever had in my life. But we're just gonna have a little quick chat this morning. And fortunately, it seems like some of the news that's coming out after this eclipse is better than expected. Now, granted, it's not perfect, but the only story that was shown to me today was from this Florida woman who says God told her to shoot interstate drivers because of the eclipse. And it's not funny, it really isn't, but it kind of is to me. The Florida Highway Patrol recovered, and all right, let's think about this. Let's see, it's almost like they've checked every box so that there cannot be any argument against the push here, the narrative. It happened in Florida. Okay, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to tell you what happened. It happened in Florida. It was an AR-15 and a 9mm from a black woman. I'm just saying, it's interesting how they maybe they didn't. It's just interesting to me. But today, I will be working on bringing you guys some more videos. I'm actually trying to decide what videos I want to share, because I did come across some very inspiring content yesterday, and it's inspiring in so many different ways. And let's just see if I can pull up my history here. A lot of inspiring content that I came across, and even content that I don't necessarily like to watch or enjoy, inspires me to do better, inspires me to tell a better story, inspires me to look back on some of my better videos and see what message and how they connected with viewers, essentially different types of viewers and different types of subscribers, as I learned something and really, really important yesterday. So the first one here, or the most recent one, is from Kevin. It's Espiritu. His name is Espiritu or Espiritu. And I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. But you guys may recognize him from some gardening and planting, farming channels that he does. And this video was why you probably don't want to go viral. And this was a follow-up for me, specifically, personally, after having watched the Stitchery. You see the Stitchery down there? The Stitchery, I regret posting shorts. Another conversation about going viral, essentially. I came across this video with Ox Talks about my mom hospitalized, pay attention to this, and reading some of the comments and things like that. And it's really eye-opening as far as what we have here and what can be created from what we have here. In addition to my buddy, he started a channel, finally started a channel Now, granted, he kind of finally started a channel out of necessity, but nonetheless, he still started his channel. So I'm very excited. I'm very happy for him, very proud of him, and looking forward to seeing what his creativity brings, as well as helping him along the way. But I know he's going to crush it. I know he's going to crush it. Just like Patrick. I'm like, there's certain people I know, like it's their time. It's their time. That's kind of how YouTube works, I think. Especially when you see certain channels and certain creators getting different views and different sub growth. It's because they're essentially like experiencing their time. And you know, some people, it's almost like, I don't know, some people may know what I'm talking about, where they just feel like they're ahead of their time, you know, and maybe that's just why they're not really getting what they think that they want or that they deserve. It's just because they're ahead of their time. And but it's funny with YouTube, when me personally, when I see people really hitting their stride at their time, it's just really inspiring for me and fun. Now, I'll share with you guys what I learned from the Stitchery. And Stitchery seems like a really cool person. I really like their video. I'm not into stitching, so I'm not going to subscribe to her channel. But if you guys want to check it out, if you have any interest in it, her, other content that I enjoy watching through all the way through, Michelle, Squirrel Tribe as well, and more insight about YouTube and the algorithm and audiences from a creator's perspective, from a human being's perspective, and from a mental health standpoint and perspective, then make sure you check out that video. I'll put it up on the screen so you guys can see it. I'll link it down in the description, and if I remember, I'll put it as an end card too. She mentioned in her video 4 different types of viewers or audience. Essentially, you have your core, you have your steady, you have your one-timers, and you have your invisible. And so this also has a lot to do with going viral. Now, one of the things that I try to understand better is essentially why you watch. Anyone watches. Why do I watch? Why I watch, who I watch, and the video I watch when I watch it is literally different almost every single time. So I'm not a great example of a loyal subscriber. I'm not a great example of core audience unless there's really only one channel out there that I would consider myself core and steady, and that's Kara and Nate. And that's pretty much it. Kara and Nate. I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Beyond that, one-timers, I'm not a one-timer subscriber. Very rarely will I subscribe to a channel from one video, let alone one short, which shorts are very complex. And if I did, it would be probably because I just wanted to track them. I just wanted to see and come back to them later for research purposes. And then ultimately I become invisible because I'm not interested in really what they're making. And I probably won't even watch. I'll probably just click on their channel to see what they've done and see what the numbers look like and see what the titles and thumbnails look like. Which I came across one this morning, and it made me wonder, it made me question, because this thumbnail popped up in my YouTube Studio Analytics as a video that my audience watches, and it looked like a Steve Ram thumbnail, but it was a different channel. So then I started wondering, I was like, well, does it matter if another channel steals somebody else's thumbnail? But then I was really wondering, well, how do I know who stole whose thumbnail? Or better yet, how do I know that both of these channels aren't owned and operated by the same person? Because one of them was a faceless AI voice channel. And you don't. You really don't. Now, oddly enough, with that, of all the content that my audience watches and the channels that my audience watches, I don't want to make that content. I don't really want to do that. And therefore, it makes what I do a little bit more challenging from the perspective of reach and views and engagement and subscriber change, growth, reduction, and revenue, but also mental health, because you know it's a little bit of a comparison game of even not just you or me to another creator or another channel, but to my past performance, and also some instances and strategies that I know work, but at the end of the day they don't really work, because if you watch the Stitchery, if you watch Kevin Espiritu or Espiritu, then you'll probably begin to understand and pick up on what I'm talking about, is because virality can almost be a bad thing in the long run for a variety of reasons. I'm not going to bother you with that on this video, because we'll be going down a really dark rabbit hole. I'll save that for Patreon or for the members. But yeah, so essentially I would prefer to bring more content to my core. And over the last few days or weeks, I feel like I think I might know what the core number is. And that core, I'm gonna guess, is up to 10, maybe 15,000 views. Maybe, or maybe, I don't really know. Maybe it's 5, or maybe it's 1,000. I'm not really sure, because YouTube is really weird. Every single day, YouTube seems to be different. Be that as it may, I would then ask, which I know this could be a terrible decision, but maybe at this point in time, at this part of the video, it could work out. And the question would be, much like I learned from the Stitchery, the core audience is solely interested in you. And this is you as a YouTuber, you as a creator, or me in this instance. The steady audience, so the core will literally, Sarah is a core, no doubt. Sarah is a core through and through, you know, 10 times out of 10, 10 toes down. Sarah's a core for sure. And you can see that in the comments. Sarah's a core for sure. And if anybody knows Sarah, you know Sarah. If you don't know Sarah, you'll see Sarah. Like, she's a core, no doubt. She's a core that makes it known she's a core, because there's a lot of cores out there that don't comment. You see what I'm saying? So she's a core that comments. Now, steady viewers, they're here for the type of content. And obviously the type of content or the type of conversations and discussions and topics have changed over time on my channel. So the steady is the fluctuation. I think the core, maybe the core is 500 to 1,000. Maybe my steady is the 1,000 to 15,000, depending, you know? You see, depending. And then you got the one-timers, and the one-timers came from some of my higher performing videos that ultimately produced invisible subscribers. And some of these invisible subscribers also include bots and, you know, fake accounts, clones and dupes of myself, and even other folks tracking me and my channel for their own personal study and analytics review. So it's interesting, because now we've recently gone down a road of talking about minimum wage, income, tax situations, new laws in California that are probably going to extend out to multiple states. We started talking about Azul Wells, which I have an Azul Wells update coming soon, and Sarasota Tim, other YouTubers, blind views, analytics reviews. We've started going off into these different directions. So at the end of the day, what I would prefer is literally to have the ability to sit down and talk and have these conversations with you about life, about business, about family, about love, about your emotions, about, you know, your feelings, about so many different things. And I think what it boils down to, as I am saying these things out loud, is that, you know, I think that this is therapeutic for me, for sure. And I appreciate you guys sitting in on my own personal monologue of therapy session here. But this is my own version of BetterHelp for myself. But I just have to accept it and agree with myself that the numbers that YouTube shows me are almost irrelevant. And what matters more is what I talk about and who I talk to, and ultimately the emotion and the feeling and the vibe and the, what I put out into the world with what I create and what I share. And then whatever comes of it, and it'll be what it'll be. So that's it for this morning, guys. I'll be back later with another video. I have no idea what it's going to be yet, but yeah. But I trust it'll be good. I trust it'll be good for me and for those who are interested in the video itself for what it is. Thanks for sitting in on my morning chat, my morning rant. You guys have a great Tuesday. Be safe, and check out the links in the description. Check out those other videos, and I'll see you guys later.
I can tell you my problems, meditating my silence, but I keep pushing my pen, rotating my stylus. Brokenness feeling like sin, now no breath, low dollar. Used to be left on red, now all the girls go holler. Now all the girls go follow. All the fake fans go pop.